turned upward. There's your seat. Everything pushed off. All kinds of stuff just landed. Like leaves and stuff just landed on me. Right there. Is the seat. Look at his view. It's the sun. So I'd say one of my top 5 favorite places is on the other side of where I walked up. I don't want to go in there today. It's different in there. I wanted to see here. This is where you can see it's disturbed. See that? And then there it is. They're sitting right there. So right back, somewhere up in there. We'll try to get there, around there. That's when he showed me. I watched with my own eyes, and he stood in front of a tree and then just sort of became it, but he never does. That's the thing. It's like in the camera, it looks like he's the tree. So a lot of people will see like this, you'll see, like in a video, you see it's like something on a tree and it looks like a face. This is not a good example, but like that. This doesn't look like anything, but it can sometimes, and people, a regular person with no knowledge will just go to default idiocy, right? When it's actually the way they do it. So, there's tens of millions of other people that completely believe because they've seen, but they don't realize that. That it's out of their logic. It's out of, not only is it out, it's out of any possible thinking you have in your head. Well, I should say, that's not true. I meant information. And I didn't mean you, I meant us. What is that? Oh, it's just the sky? Well, no. Is it? Oh, I think it is. And then what happens when we leave the seat? The Indians did that. There's still some people saying this. It is the most comical thing. At some point in their life, they saw someone say that, and it just sticks with them. Indians did not make trail markers, okay? They were such badasses, they don't need any way to get home. And if they did do them, all it was the excuse of these guys. Indians didn't make trail markers. They had each other. You know how badass these guys were? And if they did, they learned it from, well, they certainly got their teepees from these guys. There is no doubt about it. There used to be much more of a relationship, That's a really nice trident. There's an X there. There's 2 X's, one there and one below it, sort of. Look at hard to find places. I think this is it. It's somewhere over here. Oh, yeah, look. I don't remember. I just remember that. I don't remember, I remember being open. Not tons of ground, but you're starting to get to the groundwork a little bit. There used to be some spot right there. What could that be? Yes, what could that be? And I was like, give me a sec. What are the chances that whatever it was, that's over it? I want to know the chances. I don't know if that's it or not or yet. It's a tree. Someone moved that. Maybe it could have been a bear. More than likely, if you see any of their structures shifted or anything, it's a bear. They don't really do that. They make them so they don't move. Wow, look at that. Diesel, look at that growth. Hold on. This one. See, people just think that's natural. It's not. It has something to do with them. Like, they caused that. It might even be them hiding. I don't think so. It can be, though. Tell you, moose comes through here quite a bit. Look at that. I've never been here. So close, but not in this forest. I mean, yeah, once. But that all happened and I left because I just walked straight up. That happened and I left. It was like, that's what I remember anyway. I don't remember, I can't remember anything else. There is some spot right here. It's all disturbed. Check this out. Right where that growth is. You guys have to trust on this one. Okay, I promise you, you have my word of honor to God himself that they caused that to happen. Okay? And the proof is right there. It's because I've seen it 3,000 or 4,000 times with an X. That's how I know. It's pretty simple. You'll never see that until you see this. Well, I shouldn't say that, but not yet. Actually, I can. It's not a knot. It's a trail marking, twisted backwards tree. I don't know if you can see because of the sun. There you go. It goes like this. Okay, it's impossible. Wow. This is what I want. I want spots like this without the ground. Like this is fine. See, over here looks way more, I almost said it, way more better. Like big, it's the big guys. On the other side, it's insanity, right, with structures, but it's the little. Well, there's big, but it's the others as well. I wish I had a little better angle, but you'll appreciate it. Trident, literally trident, twisted. That's pretty cool. The thing I figured out through this is why people work and stuff, why humans need structure and need to be put somewhere, because if you had 8 billion people that could just do whatever they wanted all the time, they had car, they can go camping every single day, you could just do whatever you want, the entire world would be one giant shit show. It would be all over. So by keeping you at your job in your cities, 10 million people in one city, it protects and preserves the rest of the earth. I'm so zapped, you guys. I am so under their influence. I can't even put it into words. I gotta find some serious spot. I paid the price. Oh, here we go. Like I always show you. Look at this. There's an insane, incredible trail with all of these sticks over the trail on purpose. Right there. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I don't know if I just thought of that or they just put that in my head. But my thoughts just said, how about Christian Bigfoot? And I said, you know what, that's a great idea. Am I talking to myself? It's very possible. But I don't think so. You guys, I got hit like a ton of bricks over there. It's not funny. Look at the fence behind it. There's like 10 trees all off the ground. That's what they'll be. There's all kinds of noise in there. You can't hear it on the camera much. There's tapping in there. Oh shoot, I know what I forgot. Oh, beautiful. That's the amazing thing about snow. You guys, I found it up here. I found where the big guys are. All little. You go across, it's like mostly, there's giant seats, but it's like, that's where their eating is, and there's like an incredible amount of them, you guys. And this has got to be the bigger ones. This is like Bigfoot. Look at the disturbances. If I ever say that and you can't see them, it's because of the way the lighting is. It's there, believe me. I was going to say I forgot water. When I switched to my bike, I brought no water. And I need some. Usually I don't, but today I need it. I got to go up there, you guys. It's so good up there. But here's the beauty of this place. I'm not sweating, but I'm like hot. I don't really sweat. It's really hard to make me sweat. That's why I'm not a stinky person. I'm not trying to, I think people get offended by that. If I say I don't get BO and stuff. I just don't. I mean, I guess I would if I didn't like use deodorant and stuff, but like I just don't. Like, we've talked about this. You guys look at this. This is them right there. But man, am I hot right now. That's the spot up there. And I got snow, so that's the blessing. I don't need water. Look at that. There's a definite, oh good, I got to the top. It's harder to get to the top from the other side. You get so sucked in. People can't see that, it's so funny. They don't know. These people are, I'm telling you guys, it's not just them. They've been prevented. There's a block there. We'll talk about it in the future. The universe is already prejudged. There's something not right. I'm not telling you it's true. I'm not even suggesting it. Well, a little bit. Like, I just think it's worth listening to these people. There's a bunch of them, and they're very well-known people with millions of dollars. I can't see why they would have. I told you, when people make up stuff that you think's crazy, especially if they're really well-known. Oh my God, this looks good. Why would they? Roseanne says a bunch of really like ingenious people as well. Says there's 100 million of us. That's it. Everyone else comes from, including their parents and so on, their soul isn't complete. It's not from heaven. The only thing that makes sense about that to me is how many dumb people live on this earth. And like a good example is like to the girls. Like you got a new job in an office sometime in your life, or you went to school in a new school in high school, and you walk in your first day and somebody there just hates you right away. You're immediately hated. And you're probably the nicest person there. Probably the smartest and most intuitive. Your energy is higher. You're very special. In fact, you're so special compared to them, it makes them angry. And they don't know why, but that's why they don't like you. Because you're real and they're not. Wow. There's tree line. And it's got snow. I think it's all snow, even in the sun. That's pretty cool. Whew. So believe it or not, this Bigfoot areas aren't always as impressive. This is them. This is all giant, huge walking, all hidden in an almost impossible place. But it's not as exciting. That's why I kind of I love getting into those deep, this is pretty good here, those deep forests with the eating and the insane star structures and shit. I love it. don't look for Bigfoot. Just look for whoever's out here. Be like, guys, I'm not here for a Bigfoot. We know there is no such thing. I'm here to see the unseen world. I just want to see you guys. Take it from me, okay? I've done this all. Do you really think I'd be standing here if I hadn't seen them and everything? Like so many times, especially in the beginning. That was insane. This summer, countless, I don't even know how many times. It's like, I have yet, it's been quite a while. Like since only once, actually. I want to tell you it's more, but I have to be honest. Where he was this close. Right there, and you can tell by the shadow that those are seats. Well, I can tell. It doesn't seem like anyone else in the world can tell. It's like, I would say kindergarten to first grade level, knowing that there's seats there. The kids in this are better than any adults I've ever seen. The children of my fans of mine know more about this and are better at this than any of you. Because you let the outside world affect you. Okay? Now here's what I've been telling you for 10 years. Watch. Yeah, good thing I have this one. Look at that. All right? It's not panning too fast. Try to, off of the ground, turned upward. There's your seat. Everything pushed off. All kinds of stuff just landed. Like leaves and stuff just landed on me. Right there. Is the seat. Look at his view. It's the sun. You guys. There's footprints on there. I don't know if you can see. That's why they love me, because no other human being in the history of the world has ever come to right where he just was and stands there and whistles for them. This is a mind bender for them. It's never happened. Now maybe, who knows in the generations before us, like back in the Indian days, what went down. I don't even claim to. In fact, I think it was way better. Some real relationships going on. There was nothing to hide from back then. They're the boss. They still are. They just take orders from something bigger than all of us. You're going to have to believe me when I tell you some of this is angelic. I promise. You have my word. Is it hard to believe? Everything is. Any real truth that you will ever hear is almost impossible to get over at first, but as soon as you do, it's easy. So much for that. You guys, I can't tell you how much, all right? My eyes are watering. I'm like crying almost. I'm not showing you. Watch this. I just got the best hello ever. Walking away from the seat, I just told you how much they think that's cool. And then he told me, you guys, vocally. Right from there. Look, it's all here. That goes uphill. It's all right here. Look at this. That's so big, that X. Like, hold on. All right, the signal, I don't think the camera could hear it. The signal just went off that way. It's a whistle. It has to be. It was like just down a little bit. It has to be that I was, like, it was confirmed that I'm still coming. And then look, no walkie that way. The next. Now, do they ever like walk across there? Yeah, actually, I think they do. I don't think it's like an everyday thing, but I think it happens, yeah. absolutely. But I think mostly at nighttime. Like in the open, he's just walking. But he also has tech with him. Don't forget that, always. If they're in the open off of this system, he has tech with him. Trust me, they have tech. I have filmed it and seen it with my own eyes many, many times. But it's not all tech either. These guys use, and trust me when I tell you, they told me it's not telepathy. It's the same thing as Zap. They told me energy overload. So it's energy overload covers many things. It's energy. They're connected to it and they can use it because you're connected to it but don't know it. Actually, a lot of people do now. Like they sense that connection, but you're not communicating with it. It's all real. People don't believe because remember, everyone thinks they're special. And if they can't do it, then you can't do it. So whatever they didn't do, there's no way it could be real because they didn't do it. This is the low IQs we're talking about. Like I've said, even on Colorado Bigfoot, I just simply say, it's like, they make you put like a little intro, and I just said, try not to think of this earth in terms of your own experience, which is only what most people do, especially regular people that know nothing. They can only think in terms of movies and what they see. They're not even thinking that. This is the only information in their head. And lots of imagination and made up things and dreams, and that's how they're processing stuff like this. Okay, so you got to understand that we're dealing with the deepest level of ignorance to ever exist in the history of the world. Back in the day, everybody knew about this. White people, Indians, everyone knew. And then it changed. They didn't. We did. There's literally like a billion people all over this. And people that, like a billion of those people that don't even know about this. They do it in other ways. It's something that we all know. Oh, son of a gun. I almost went head first, look. I was stuck on that, and this is long. And almost, yes, look at this trail. It's them, trust me, I know their trails. You can't really see it, but it's really good, and it goes to where that whistle was. I gotta get a little glimpse of this. I've never been up here. I go way over there and then down. It's too good. Not a sound since that happened. It just shows you. They do it to me all the time, you guys. You'll hear absolutely nothing. And then they lift something, they push a button, and then you can hear them. Like he could actually, and I believe, don't quote me, but I believe they could be talking over there right now and you won't hear one thing. Unless they want you to. It's crazy. That's where the whistle was right there. Just about. I don't think it was for me. I think it was for whoever's hiding or just hanging out down here. So look at that, you guys. That's the entrance right there. Like, it's literally made like to present as you come up. So if you're over here, you're fine. Well, you're fine anyway, but as far as they go, like you're entering their domain. This is what I used to call this. Yeah, transition. It's just like a transition in between the two worlds. The other one is over there. So let's go over there and walk down. Look at that. Way too much of them. That's why you can't make it. Or your neighbor can't make it. Look at that. You guys, that's something special. So here's a military crest walkway right here. They're walking right here on the back of the mountain. It's not a game trail. Although I'm sure game walk down it. Look at that. They're down this hill. That's why they whistled down there. Look. You can confirm on those every single time. First of all, no human has ever stood here before, more or less. And then they always put the bottom on. See the bottom? It's laid upwards, leaning against every single one of them. So it's more than likely a spot. There's probably pine cones, things like that. There's a beautiful white trident on its own back there. This is the walkway between the two worlds. I call them two. I don't know if it's two. Trail marker. So rest assured. Is there a D on that? Rest assured. Rest assured. Rest assured. Rest assured. Hold on. Ow. You gotta be kidding me. I was looking the other way. I was like, I mean, that's like, I'm fine, but it could have been worse. What was I gonna say? You guys, I am so under their influence. It's crazy. Go. Tastes like dirt. This has got to be interesting over here. Because I know way down in there, like the back of my hand, and 2 miles that way. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And we're not going to go there today. We're going to just, I want to see what's above it. You can't really do both in one day. I guess you could. You just wouldn't want to, really. You have to rush. I'm always rushing anyway. I can't believe he talked to me. Hold on, I'm swallowing snow. I can't believe he talked to me at the seat when I was walking away. I can't believe it. I can, but I can't. The reason I can't is because of how quiet it is. I've told you guys, remember, I have 100% with everything I say success ratio. So people have tried. And the one thing I tell you is that when it's the quietest, it's when the most are watching you. It's when the most is happening between you and them. If you're hearing things, nothing's happening between you and them. So when it's too quiet, how do you know? You'll know. It's not possible what happens in this forest, in their spots, with the quiet. It's unreal. And that's when it's happening. I filmed it hundreds and hundreds of times in that quiet. And there they are, right there. Yeah. I'm still getting a kick out of this troll guy. I said it to 2 people. One guy didn't say anything, and the other guy I was like, do you think it's your parents' fault or yours? That's all I said. And then he answered, I thought he was going to yell at me or something. He was totally serious. I'm still laughing about it. He said, he's like, it's definitely my parents' fault. But he was like serious about it. I thought that was pretty cool of him that he could, that it's a test. I can test you to see if you're human. And that guy's a human. I like him. He'll come around, trust me. Everyone does. They all see that who I am, that I'm a director of a nonprofit foundation, that I have come from one of the most amazing families there is. Christians, real ones. My father's a minister. So he's a speaker. This is the coolest family, the best, kindest, most loving, giving family. Not just my family, my aunts, my uncles, everyone along the line are some of the most special people you could ever imagine. I'm the loser of the group. Now, I've said that before, and they'd be like, oh, Mark, that's ridiculous. Da, 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 da. Trust me. I think I just saw. So it's all down there. Not right here, but down. I think it starts right there. I'm staying out because I don't know why. I haven't really filmed that this year. But I don't know, I'm hoping. I just know what to do with these guys. I don't know what it is. I think it's they tell me. I'm so under the influence. There's X's, by the way, everywhere, so you just can't see it. That's anything. Being on the seats and stuff isn't always where you want to be. This is all theirs, you guys. They're all out here now, so they're all coming out here at night. I'll bet you this is an absolute playground at nighttime right here. Remember, you'd never know. You could never get near here in a million years. That's a seat right there. And there's the sticks. And there's your trident. I told you I would never show you a seat. My patrons are like, oh my God. We know Mark without a trident. But hey, who else? I'm the only one in the world who's ever done that. The only one in the whole world. Along with literally 1,000 other world records. Something like that. Literal world, literal. I hate when people say that. I was doing that on purpose. Like literally. It bothers me when people say literally. I don't know why. But literally. God, I can't stand that. Literally. World records. But the world is, it's too bad. It's a shame that I'm going to disappear and you'll never ever see me again. That's my word to you. The playground. Look. Remember, the guy that doesn't think that's a playground he could never film this. He couldn't film an X in front of the playground with a giant trail that was walked on 5 minutes ago. And since the beginning of time. Isn't that amazing? So what people think they're seeing, and they think they know what it is, they've never been to a place like that. They could never film it themselves, never have seen it themselves, but they know what it is. Do you get my point? Here's the eating, and it's completely hidden. Look at the size of the piles, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at those piles. It's completely hidden in here. It's something I've been finding where this eating is hidden. Like if you're just 20 feet that way, you can't see it. I just walked right by it. I couldn't, and I'm an expert at the eating. Another world record, by the way. I'm the only one in the world. I'm the one that found where they are. Look at the disturbances, you guys. It's insane. Look at that hole that doesn't go anywhere. It's for pine cones, seats everywhere. Everything's flat. And it goes in there. I don't think they really want me at the eating in the seats. I just don't think, I don't know why, I just don't, look at it. I gotta show it to you though. Look at the pile, you guys. That pile is like 4 yards, 3 yards. Not to mention, you could probably dig down in it forever. It's even been spilling out of here for years and years and years. From under there. Because, by the way, you guys, when I show you the eating, which is 1,100 times, I've never shown it to you without a border, without tridents, and without structures, and without literally a giant tandem dump truck at minimum worth of eaten pine nuts in front of a playground on a trail that leads to the best place in the world. It's amazing, isn't it? This is right on top. Like, so now I know. I've never been here, but starting at about 100 or 200 yards, I have lots of times. I can't get here. They won't let me. It's like there's too much that happens before I get here. You guys, look at this. Should we look over the sign? Because these are all seats. Here, hold on. I'm not turning the camera off. If he talks to me again, I'm not missing it on the camera. That was insane. I'm like on there bragging like nobody else could ever stand here, or this is, I only find seats, and I walk away. I'm like, and they, oh no, that's not what I said. I said they like it when you're there. That was later. And this is it. Oh my God, I can't believe this was hidden up here. How could they not have brought me over here? I gotta go, you guys. I'm on a motorcycle at 10,000 feet, and it's getting dark. Well, I'm losing my son. It's late. Look at this. Oh my God, you guys. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Look at the trail. Remember, the only way to stand here is if you ride a motorcycle. Okay? The only way. Or if you had a helicopter, it might work. I gotta go. I'm losing all my sunlight. Which is no big deal. If I had my truck, I would really wish it. The only thing is I can't. I couldn't really. I could get here. It'd take a lot longer. Look at this. This is a hidden, unbelievable spot. You'll never see it another. They'll never see that again. Ever, by anyone in the world. Someone that I know will see that, but they're not going to show it to you. So, or tell you the first thing about it, and you're not going to learn anything. They're not interested in talking to you. They know better. They have close-up, incredible relationships because they're not on YouTube. I do this for you. I did it for you, and now I'm not so sure anymore. They just haven't earned it. People don't understand there is no such thing as pareidolia when you see that. The only thing there is such is, does that make sense? Is how dumb that person is. And I'm being completely just honest. Mark, you shouldn't do this. Mark, you shouldn't do that. I'll tell you what, why don't you stand right here and tell me what I should and shouldn't do. I gotta go. I'm losing all my light. It's gonna get real cold. And I'm on a motorcycle. Look at that out to the sun. I think it's only like 5, but maybe 6, 5:30. Around 5. But what happens is once the mountains block the sun, so it could be sunny like in some city, but here it's like dark. So, and it gets real cold real fast. I'm okay with that, but I just got to ride in it. And I got to go through some real mud. I barely made it up. There's just one spot. So I got to go. Here's my turf. So right here, and then you go down there. It's insane. And over here. It's dark in there, man. Wow. Well, it's compared to how sunny it is here. Look at this one. This is a really good example, okay, of how it's not wind. You guys think I'm the most respectful person to humans. Go listen to other YouTube channels. That's all they say is all they do is call people idiots and explain how stupid they are. And that's just in everyday life. I'm talking about your responsibility to acknowledge God and the earth with the heart and brain you were given, not your TV. But you can't do it and you won't hear it. So that's your fault. I can't do any more than that. I'm not a speaker. You have to take my words, whether you like them or not, because they're the truth. Right there. And if you don't, that's up to you. I can't force you. Right there. But I've helped. I have 100%. So no one I've ever helped has ever come back and it backfired. Although I did have a guy that was going to meet me. I gave him a crash course. I told you about that, right? Recently, yeah. What was his name? Why do I still remember his name so well? Jacob. He's got like a name from the Bible. He told me. He was so excited to come out with me. He couldn't believe that he was out here from some other state and met me in the middle of a road. And then by the time we were done, we had already done a video, and then he was going to re-meet me for the real deal in the morning. And he couldn't believe it. He thanked me over and over, like, I can't believe you're going to give me your time. And I mean, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I could use a friend. So, out there like that day, so he would just be camaraderie out there. Seat. Here's what they're always here. I talk to them from my little path. So the path I ride the bike on is down there. It's shut down, but I just make my own. Oh, I'm way far. Oh my God, where am I? This stuff's really starting to grow, this forest. Like, you guys, when I first started coming up here, this forest wasn't even near as like thick. It's like really coming back, the pines. Like, they're growing like crazy. Look at all the borders. You guys, if you can't see what I'm showing you, I can't help you. It's all real. People just talk a big game, don't they? But they'll never stand here. They'll never come here. No one has the balls. Remember, a guy that's talking shit to me, I could snap his neck with my bare hands. I'm a badass mountain man that's done what no one in the world has ever done. What do you think's going to happen if that little dork is here running his mouth? Nothing. I'm going to bitch slap him. One time he's going to go flying across the forest, and when he stands up, he'll be a new man. I am so tired of whining, complaining little rainbow-colored hair babies. I'm exhausted of it. Go jump in a lake. I work for God, okay? You work for Satan. Have amazing luck with that. I was, again, a lot of times I was so much further up there than I realized. When you're videoing your way up and being blown away by structures, it's an amazing thing how time can pass and distance. It's a crazy thing. And then if you just beeline it from everything you did to try to get back, you feel like you should be getting back faster. I was all the way up there. I've always wanted to, because look, there was some work done here at one point, but a long, long time ago, like 30 or 40 years ago. And it's still real active in here, but you can't really film for the video because, we got to get to structures. So over there seems to be big guys. Over there is everything. It's just too good. And then down there is seats. And so I still have to do this down here next year. I got to go in there because they called me in there twice now. I went in the first time and I just saw it all. But I was going here that day. And then it happened here today. Did I tell you? I can't remember. When I first got here, it was like 15 minutes. Well, it went on for quite some time, and then I waited like 10 or 15 minutes after that as well. In just silence. And then I turned the camera on. Look, again, remember, a lot of these trees are not an accident. That thing is on the ground and was planned to be on the ground for the last 20 or 30 years. They made it that way. If you see that, they did it. It will never happen by accident. Now, in rare situations, you can get something like this. This is theirs, but in other places, like maybe not in the forest, what'll happen is a tree will sometimes go. It'll lean out and then it'll turn up. It's trying to get to the sun. So that can happen sometimes, but not when you're in a place like this.